So I thought I would give you a little update, calling it Gardener's Log May 2024. So we'll just get started. Rosemary smells nice. Dear, I've not eaten this yet. Rosemary, different one. It's rosemary. Figs. We've had a bit back and forth with this. I don't know, I think I did some bad pruning and consequently we have issues, but it's coming back. We'll see. And figs. We've got another little fig down there. Here we have peaches. They're getting bigger. Peaches. How big is that? About the size of your thumb. So they're getting bigger. So we've got another peach tree here. And a couple more down here. These peach trees. Here's the entrance to the garden. With a similar gate. There's the compost, kind of garden clippings. I think this might be our main source of nitrogen into the soil. I put these on the beds and they break down. Grass clippings. Got a little mint right there in that pot there. And here, this is a volunteer dug it from the beds of a black walnut, most likely planted by a squirrel. I've got a place for that. Strawberries. They're in here, hiding away in here. Looking pretty nice. So that's strawberries in there. Different stages of ripeness. They're all in here. You just go anywhere in here and you'll just find some strawberries. So this is laid out in kind of paths you'll see in beds. It's logical to go up and back like this. Designed so that the lawn mowing's not a chore, you know. Nothing in here yet. I just turned this over. I've got something here. I just turned this over with a shovel to kind of create the edges of the bed. I've been through this wooden board thing. It's too much hassle maintaining it. This is like the shoreline in the sea. These beds can get narrower or wider as needed. And I just want to make the edge here. I just dig in with a shovel, flip that over. I got myself a little bit of a raised bed in a way for things like this. Some kind of squash or cucumber or something, right? So that's what's in there right now. Strawberries are headed this way, look. From over there, there's strawberries here. The rest of that's not planted. Here's the grapevine. That is little baby grapes, if I'm not mistaken. Here. I think that is little baby grapes. If the deer will eat these leaves and stems if they go through. Right. There's another grapevine in this corner here. So it's not trained yet properly. And we've got volunteer trees got to come out. These ones here. Here's this bug. Bug of the year. I don't know what it is. Black and white. It's very camera shy, these little fellas. They were on the figs. Let's see if we get a shot. Come on there, focus. I don't know what they are. So here we've got some kind of peppers here. These are labeled, these were a gift. Someone gave us as a gift. We got some dinosaur lacinato kale, getting eaten by something. We had a lot of water, so it might have been slugs. This is the kale patch, and these are peppers as well. So we're just in the early stages here with this stuff. On this other side here, we've got the original strawberry patch, a few survivors on its own, and then some yellow squash. Just starting up right there, yellow squash. A couple more in there, so won't be long. There's one there, pretty big. Let's have a look. Yellow squash on the way. There's one here looking a bit bigger even. Looking weird. Oh yeah. Okay. Some kind of squash. The tomatoes with their supports. These supports fold up flat, go in the shed for the winter. Tomatoes flowering. So that's what we like to see. Tomatoes flowering. More tomatoes. And then in the middle of tomatoes, apparently a good idea to put, there's more kale. And there's a little basil here that we need tonight. Peppers, more of these random placement. Tomatoes and kale. You've seen all that. Let me see. This is supposed to be a slug trap. Not very Ahimsa. There's another grapevine up against this fence here. And some other stuff. Well, we've got our old chard. These are the green beans. Supposed to climb the fence if they make it. They're being badly eaten by something. But mostly they're going to make it, I believe. And then some couple more peppers also going to struggle to survive. Another grapevine, peppers and beans. Got something in here. I think it's spinach or something Jan planted. Lettuce it could be. Got some clover, some red clover. Very pretty flower. Makes a nice tea. There's some of this Russian kale's very good. I don't know if we planted that or if that's volunteer. Maybe she planted that. There's a volunteer tomato coming out. Cilantro. We all love cilantro. And lettuce. All in here. This is just individual. Just picking them leaves as we go. A little bit of the old lettuce patch. Not doing too bad. A little bit of slug activity there. Just so there's a baby slug just having a nap. He will have to be ejected. All right. The sieve. I'm sifting out rocks and stuff. The wild wilderness patch. Locust. I think this is yellow dock. Native grasses. This is something that's always growing. And this pokeweed. Another locust tree. These are not really going to be here forever. And wild strawberries. These don't have any flavor. These wild strawberries. These are big ones. Not that big. Pretty small. Now we've got some wild stuff here. That's actually an azalea that flowered. These are part of our interior blackberry garden. These are wild blackberries, volunteers, and we're letting them stay here because we've got nothing else we want to do with the bed right now. So these two areas are kind of wilderness, but these are for next year. we'll just keep a few canes in this spread until we're ready to use it for something. We can dig it up. And nothing in here we've got planned for this okra and Corella Indian vegetables. This is a potato patch right here. So it starts here. We've got several varieties of potatoes and more potatoes all the way down here. This is arugula going to seed. Potatoes, potatoes. We've got some beans in the middle here. These are bush beans. It's hanging off a little bush down there. And then I think in here there's a few things. There's some spinach in here. Spinach. And there's bok choy, which is bolting. Over there. And lettuce. So this is a bit of a mess right now. And then this is old lettuce, volunteered. Came up from last year, cleared around it. Volunteer lettuce, more red clover. And these are chard going to seed. A bed of kale surviving so far. Lacinato kale. There's actually a volunteer grapevine here. These are volunteer grapes. They're not. These have tiny grapes, like really small, with a huge pit. I believe the birds eat them, and they taste all right. Just like it's all, not much fruit on it. This is the beginning of the blueberries. So we had 10. Now we're down. This one's still alive. I don't think it likes this spot too much. And there is an SD there, black walnut. It's kind of shading, so we're going to trim that tree a little bit. I didn't mention these. I suppose I ought to. The sunchokes. The sunchokes. Jerusalem artichokes. So yeah, blueberries. That one's also struggling. This one there, I think, is dead. But these ones are okay. They've got blueberries on them. Small blueberries right now. And we have to have different types, right? So blueberries, they're small. They've got a ways to go before they really get anywhere. The blueberries. Wild grasses, probably ought to trim these before they throw grass everywhere, but it's a nice wild grass. It doesn't get to reach maturity like this. Oh, wild grass, who knows what kind of grass that is, I don't know. This is the more of our cultivated blackberries. Not cultivated, these are wild blackberries. They're just Gallia cisalpina. That's Gallia transalpina on the other side of the fence right there. So they're allowed to be this side of the fence because they're in a space that's not being wanted at the moment. If we need more beds, maybe we'll take blackberries out. Certainly this one down here could have the grasses taken out. We could expand into that if we need to. Azalea. Here's a climbing situation here. I do have it in mind. Here's the corner. I do have it in mind to have a vegetable barrier here. See how this fence is got stuff growing on it. Pernicious weeds, no doubt. But the fence starting to disappear a little bit. And I kind of want it to do that in places so that we'll block the light of some. It might warm the thing up by providing more kind of shelter, you know. But it's more of a screen than anything else, especially this side. I like to cover it so you can't even see the fence anymore. Then we just trim it up like a hedge and provide a nice private garden space. And then here a little screen in front that you can kind of walk behind. That's the goal. So up against the fence, something looks like poison ivy around here. Yeah, there it is. Poison ivy. If someone tells you they're not susceptible, be suspicious. This is has a volatile oil, especially active in the springtime. You'll always see 3 leaves together like that, and you'll see one of them has, one side is like a regular leaf here, then the other side has this flare on it like your thumb. You can see very here, it's like flare on the corner on one side, although this side both has a flare. This one has a smooth side and a kind of like with your thumb kind of side, you know. There's 3 of those. Watch out for that. It'll be red in the fall, but these will come out. They'll be surgically removed. Probably won't chase the roots out. I'll just have to trim these out, snip them out every year. Now there's some really volatile port. Oh, there's an idea right. See how shiny that is? It's really young, exuding oils and stuff. You don't really want to get that on you. It's hard to deal with, pretty nasty. If it gets on you, you can, if you use gloves and just touch the glove to any part of your body, it'll transfer the oil onto your skin and you will have a nasty time of it. These are wild roses, volunteers. You can see that they're growing these tiny little rosebuds. You could probably get some vitamin C out of these. They're again like the wild grapes, they're hardly worth it for us, but the birds like them. So that's one of the components of this living wall here, is these wild roses. So it's coming on. We have the wild grape again here. That's showing bunches here. So this is bird food, wild grapes in bunches coming over. So we'll actually direct this to go one way and the other, something like that. And we're trying to excavate a little tunnel behind so you can walk behind. Otherwise it's kind of jungle. The fence eventually will be separated from that, I think. But for the time being I wanted to make like a tunnel really, you know. And more of these. Now, these blackberries are creeping in from outside. The best and easiest blackberries are the ones right here along the fence. They're really easy to pick, more than just kind of leaning through all of this stuff over here. So that's why I like them on the fence here, you see. Very easy to pick. Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but we do get a lot of stuff out of it.